Hey guys, so there are a lot of misconceptions about atheism out there, so I figured I would take this video to go over the 7 most common myths that I hear about atheists. Number 1, we believe that there is no God. Now I know that this might seem like a weird twist or a play on words, but it's really not. There's a big difference in saying that I believe there is no God and I don't believe that there is a God, because one is claiming something and one is making no claims. And that's a big reason that a lot of people are atheists, because they don't have the information or the evidence to believe something, so they don't. It's not evidence against it, it's just a lack of evidence so that you're an atheist. That's what the prefix A stands for, a lack of something. So atheism is not a religion, which is another thing I hear all the time. It's not a religion, it's the lack of a religion. It's a lack of a belief in God. That's all it takes to define somebody as an atheist. Number 2, atheists hate God and atheists hate Christians. Now this could not be further from the truth, because number 1, we can't hate something that does not exist. So we don't hate God, we just don't believe in God. And we don't hate Christians, and that's one thing that bothers me a lot, because I have a lot of people that I know that get very offended from the videos that I make, and they think that I hate Christians or that I think all Christians are stupid. That's not true either. Now I do have a lot of problems with Christianity, as I do with other religions, so I speak out against the religion. Now I don't believe that a religion is something that is above criticism, just like I don't believe that a person's political party is above criticism. So if I criticize an idea or the way that somebody thinks, that is not me criticizing the person. I might think that an idea is not the brightest idea, but that doesn't mean that I think that the person is stupid. I was religious for a large part of my life, and I didn't become smarter when I became an atheist. Number 3, that the word agnostic and the word atheist are mutually exclusive. You can be an agnostic atheist, as you should be, because the word agnostic, like I've said in videos before, is a word that defines a position of knowledge, not a position of belief. So a lot of people who claim to be agnostic, honestly, everybody should be claiming to be agnostic, because all it means is that you don't know for sure what the answer is. And I feel like that's the humble position to take, and it's the only position to take, really. So saying that you're agnostic really isn't giving any kind of description as to what your beliefs are. It's just saying that you do not have the knowledge for sure. But if somebody asks you, do you believe in God? If your answer is anything other than yes, then guess what? You are an atheist. You're an agnostic atheist. And I feel like the term atheist is so stigmatized. If more people just started using it, it would clear up a lot of problems, and it would end a lot of the discrimination that atheists do face. So my major point here is that it's a spectrum. You can be an atheist and acknowledge the possibility of a God existing because you're agnostic. So don't say that agnostic and atheist are two separate words, because honestly they should be going together. Number 4, atheists have no morals. This is completely ridiculous to me. My morality is based off of a rational consideration of the consequences of my actions. I mean, it's almost altruistic in a sense. We all have to share this place together, so we have to find a way to do that peacefully. I mean, it's in our best interest to work together, so this is why things like rape and murder are considered immoral in a modern society. And it's a morality that has exactly nothing to do with religion, and good thing that it doesn't, because religious morality involving rape isn't pretty. I mean, Islam kills women who are raped and rapes virgin women so that they can be killed. And Christianity says that if a woman's raped, well, the guy just has to pay her father a fine and then marry her. I mean, what the shit kind of morality is that? Not to mention, there have been several studies that look at the correlation between the religiosity of society and its societal health. The more atheists, the healthier it is. I mean, from teenage pregnancy to STDs to rape to murder to healthcare. I mean, just look at the evidence. And to the people out there who say that I'm only an atheist so I can go out and be a terrible person with no consequences, your thinking is a little backwards. I mean, if a Christian goes out and murders somebody and repents after, they're saved. No consequence. It's not because of how morally they acted or how good of a person they were, it's because they kissed God's ass. So the whole idea that secular morality is just a way out of being held responsible for your actions is completely ridiculous, because that's a tenet of Christianity. Number 5, atheists can't appreciate the wonder and awe of nature.
You consider yourself atheist?
I'm an atheist, and
But you're in the awe.
yeah, but you know, I don't understand why anybody would find, you know, a contradiction in that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's well aware of the Oprah clip, but it's something that I actually hear all the time. How can you look into the eyes of a newborn child and think of anything other than God? Or how can you look into the ocean and see the beauty that is there without thinking of the wonders that God must have done to make that creation? I mean, whenever I look at things, whenever I look into outer space, whenever I look at the beauty of nature around me, I feel that. Whenever I look at a kitten or a puppy or a baby, I feel that, you know, something inside that just, you know, makes your heart melt a little bit. You know, you feel that wonder, you feel that awe. It's something that every human experiences, and it's because of a rush of hormones. It's because you're a human with feelings. It has nothing to do with something being supernatural. And I don't understand why people have to always give a magical explanation to things for them to feel like they can appreciate it. I mean, look at the book that Richard Dawkins wrote, The Magic of Reality. I feel like it really does a great job of explaining how you can find the magic in reality. You can look at things that are real and appreciate them, and appreciate the science that goes behind them, or the work that we have to do to continue to figure out how they work. I mean, science is not something that's closed. It's always open for discussion. It's always searching and finding more and doing more research and making new discoveries, and it's exciting. So to look at something and just attribute it to something supernatural, to feel good about it, is something that's kind of ridiculous in my mind. And I feel like any atheist can look at the beauty around them and appreciate it just as well as somebody who's religious. Number 6, atheists are bitter and angry, unhappy people who are very negative. I understand how people could think that, because whenever you look at people who are atheists who are outspoken, like my channel, a lot of things that you see are me talking about bad things in the world, talking about inequality somewhere, or someone who was oppressed, or some problem that religion has caused. So that might seem as though I'm being negative because I'm looking at the negative parts of religion, because I personally see religion as a very negative thing. So they might think that I'm negative for doing that, but anybody who has ever been an activist for anything is trying to point out what's bad so that you can fix it and make it better. Nothing is ever going to change if you ignore it, sweep it under the rug, and act like everything is sunshine and roses whenever there's actually a lot of problems that need to be fixed. But I actually see that as something very positive, and just because I have to point out the negative aspects in order to make a change that I believe in doesn't mean that I'm an unhappy person. I understand that a lot of people feel like they need religion because they're scared of death, or they want to feel like there's going to be an afterlife, or they want to feel like they're going to see their loved ones again, and that's comforting. And they also feel like if you don't have that comfort, how could you possibly be happy? But I see it differently. I feel like whenever you accept the finality of life, you appreciate it more. I know so many people who are religious who are waiting to live their life after death. They have these miserable lives and they feel like it's okay because the Lord is going to reward me after I die, but they don't take the chances when they come. They don't appreciate life as it happens. They're not living in the moment at all because they're waiting for all these positive things after they're gone that they don't know are ever going to be there. So I feel like whenever you're an atheist and you've accepted the finality of life, you appreciate things more. You want to live each day to the fullest. You want to spend the time that you have now with your loved ones because you know that you're not going to see them whenever they're gone or when you're gone. And I feel like that's important because we only have one life to live, and to wait to live it until we're gone is a complete waste. Number 7, you're only an atheist because of political reasons. Now, this might seem a little bit strange, but it's one that I've heard quite a bit recently, and I think it's because people have a hard time separating the reason that you're an atheist and the reason that you fight against religion. They think that you're an atheist because you don't like the ban on gay marriage, you don't like the inhibition of stem cell research, you don't like, lack of women's rights in certain areas, you don't like the problems that religion causes, you want a separation of church and state, so you fight against it. And they feel like because you feel all of these things, therefore you're an atheist. But it's completely the other way around, and it doesn't even have to be, because whenever I was still a Christian making my YouTube videos, if you go back to my earliest videos you can actually see this, which is kind of embarrassing for me, but I pretty much preached the same thing, except for now I'm an atheist. So my distaste for the way that politics works and my reasons for being an atheist are completely separate. I'm an atheist because I don't believe in God. I don't see evidence to believe in God, therefore I'm an atheist. I'm an anti-theist and actively fight against religion because of political reasons. And I know it sounds strange, but I've actually had quite a few people tell me that you support gay marriage, and you support women's rights, and you support stem cell research, and all these crazy things, therefore you're an atheist. So I had to clear that one up. So those are my top 7 myths about atheists and atheism. If you guys have more, which I'm sure you do, let me know what they are in the comment section below, and maybe I can make another video talking about more myths or misconceptions revolving around atheism. So I hope you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it everywhere, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff. I have a website where I sell atheist t-shirts. If you want to check it out, go to jacquelineglenn.com. And again, thank you to everyone out there who is my Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
There's no God, he doesn't exist, so don't